Hey, do you guys remember Lassie? Or what about Old Yeller? Some of you are like, no, but I remember Cujo.
Farside movie reviews.
All right, you guys, how is everybody? Farsiders on this Saturday evening. Guys, we're going to talk about A Dog's Purpose. But before we do that, I want to clear something up because from what I understand, there's been some controversy going on that animals were actually hurt on the making of this film, but as we find out more information, it appears that that is not the case, and some of the things that were stated about animals being hurt were actually false. So I just want to put that out there in case that was deterring you from maybe seeing this movie. But the question is, should you see it anyway, or should you save your money? Save your money. I'm not actually telling you to save your money because I haven't told you what I thought about it, but you guys get what I'm saying. So A Dog's Purpose. Here's what A Dog's Purpose is about. It's pretty interesting. The concept is pretty interesting. Anyway, to me, I didn't realize that it was based on a book. I thought it was an original film script, but no, it's based on a book. But that's all right. The concept is pretty cool. This movie follows a dog that actually goes through different reincarnations, and each time the dog has a different owner. And this movie explores the relationship between the dog and its different owners. The movie stars Josh Gad. Yes, that's his name. Josh Gad, Dennis Quaid, and Peggy Lipton. So let's start with the good about this movie, because there are some good things to say about this movie despite what some of the critics are saying, and the critics are blasting this movie. People are not being very nice. They don't have a lot of good things to say about the doggy movie. But this movie is not all bad. One of the things that this movie I think does a good job at is really connecting you emotionally to what's going on in the film. And they do this through a couple of different ways. The first thing they do is they really set it within the backdrop of nostalgia. So this is set during, I think, like the late 70s or early 80s, and a lot of scenes in this movie are really designed to take you back down memory lane. Whew, I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. But so if you're older and you own a pet, when you see certain things in this movie, it will kind of take you back to a time that you probably remember interacting with your pet in that way. So in this sense, the movie does a good job of really connecting you with the pet owner relationship in this movie. So I do have to say hats off to that about how this movie was produced and how this movie was directed. It really does do an awesome job of that, and you feel that even if you're not a pet owner, because I'm not a pet owner, but when I saw some of those scenes, I felt connected. I felt a little teary-eyed when I saw some of those things. So the film does do a good job of that. It does a good job of consistently keeping us within the time era that we are supposed to be in. Kudos to that too, because I've seen films that are all over the place when it comes to things like that. So from that perspective, the movie does a good job. The performances in the movie were average, they were salvageable, they were okay, they weren't terrible, but it wasn't so bad to me that it really just kind of wrecked the rest of the film. Let's talk about the negatives in this movie. There are really two big negatives, two problems with this film. Number one, it was just it was too long. This thing was 2 hours long. It did not need to be that long, people. It could have been an hour 20, hour 30. Perfect amount of time to tell the story that this film was trying to tell and actually have it in with some impact. But because it's so long, you find yourself really wondering, when is this thing going to end? Now, the movie tries to keep you engaged by continuing to supply us with nostalgia and kind of some side stories that are really not that interesting to keep us kind of moving through the movie at an interesting pace. The problem is it doesn't work. It's just not salvageable. The movie is too long for the story that it's trying to tell, and that's one of the major problems that I have with this film. But having said all of that, will you like it? So here's the thing. I think actually if you are a pet owner, I think you probably will like this film. I think that there's enough in this movie for you to enjoy it. There's enough nostalgia in this movie for you to enjoy it. And owners love their pets, man. I mean, you guys know this. For those of you guys who have cats, dogs, zebras, donkeys, iguanas, Gila monsters, your pets are like humans to you. I got a jiu-jitsu buddy of mine that has a pig. Pets are like humans to you. If you feel that way about your pet, I think that you will connect emotionally with this movie, and I think that you probably will enjoy it despite what the critics are saying. So if that's you, I would recommend that you go see this film. I think the kids will enjoy this film as well. There are some scenes in here that might be a little bit tough for them, but If you've seen Old Yeller or if you've seen Lassie, then I think that the kids will be able to accept what goes on in this film, and I think that they will enjoy it as well. I think if you're the average person, you don't have a pet, it seemed interesting to you, and you want to go to the theater and check it out, save your money. Save your money. Because I do not think that you will like this film. I think that you will get about halfway through or maybe a little before that, and you will really begin to snore in the theater. And nobody likes snoring in the theater. Nobody likes that. So guys, that's what I think about this movie. Pet lover, go check it out. I think you'll like it. Not a pet lover, save your money, go see something else. John Wick 2 coming out next week. Save your money and go see that. Can't wait to talk about that. Oh, I'm just going to jump in and say, you guys, I am doing a collab review with John Wick 2 from Anthony from SilverScreen Analysis. Can't wait for that. This guy's awesome. Check out his channel if you have not done so. I'll put a link to Anthony's channel in the description. So guys, with that, we are done. So guys, thank you so much as always for bearing with me. You think I don't know that some of these reviews are a hot mess, that are all over the place? Oh, I know it. And yet you stay with me. You continue to watch. And I do appreciate that. Guys, listen, there is a button with me going on, floating around the screen somewhere. It looks something like this. You can press that button to subscribe. There is also white lettering that's like at the bottom of the screen as well. You can press that to subscribe unless you are watching this on Facebook. And if you are watching this on Facebook, you are not going to see anything that you can press to subscribe because Facebook won't let me put anything in the videos for you to do that. So guys, if you are watching this on Facebook, you are going to have to click the link in the description, and that's how you can get to the channel to subscribe. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time out to watch anything that I do. God knows some of them are so awful. But yet you guys, again, continue to watch. Please make sure that if you like this, you give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs up. I can take it. Make sure that you comment. Let me know what you thought about what we did, you guys. And with that, I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.